And so that's why the whole Choco thing was all just a big marketing stunt. I see you. Oh, hello there. I can see you. Alright, this is going to be a quick one today. I wanted to talk about the 10 things that we love.
I love about you. Oh, no, about you.
Okay. Yes, about you, Tesla Model 3 that we still haven't named.
I still like collecting.
We still haven't named our 6-year-old kids. To it all eventually. So we've got 6 things that we love and 4 things that we despise.
We despise or just don't like?
I just don't like
feel
it.
violent.
Yeah, and wish that they would do something about it. Which seems about right, because we mostly like the car. There are a few things that would be great if they would fix.
Tweak. Oh, you missed one on here.
Okay, well, can't wait for that one. And there's a bonus one. Alright, so what do we got first? Number 1.
Size and practicality.
Size and practicality. Alright, so Model Y compared with what we used to have, which was the Model 3 long range. And, oh sorry, I didn't describe it here. I figured since you're all deprived
We didn't have a Model 3 long range. Our first
standard range. No. We had the long range one
for like a day and a half.
That's enough to make it. Alright, I figured everyone was deprived from our Hamptons video that didn't turn out of getting to see the gun show here, so.
I really hope we'll cut this part out.
Nope. Alright, so practicality and size. So comparing the Model Y long range with the Model 3 standard range that we had before, it is not a hugely different car, but it is definitely noticeably more practical and usable. Got more trunk space, got more space in the back for the kids. Even with King Arlo's throne, there's enough room for them all back there. And despite the fact that our marriage might not survive us having to plug the seatbelts into the seatbelt receptacles that end up underneath this seat in the middle here, I still do think it's much better than the 3
it's
was.
The seat cover.
Space-wise.
Stupid seat cover.
Yeah, well, the seat cover's not helping you. So the additional inches on width and height definitely make a difference here.
Number 2 is the mobile app.
Speak louder.
It's the mobile app.
The mobile app.
How can I speak louder? I'm right in front of the phone.
This one.
Okay, fine. It's the mobile app.
It's the mobile. Just whisper it. Okay.
Mobile app.
Mobile app. So what I like about the mobile app, and I think Tesla was one of the first ones to do it, but granted, it's not that big of a differentiator these days. Like others are doing kind of the same stuff, but tells you your state of charge on the battery, how much range you have, tells you how fast you're charging, which is really important when you're not at the car and want to know what's going on if it's plugged in somewhere. It also tells you like if it has stopped charging, which is great to know, so you can go run back out and plug it back in again. Also allows you to set the climate remotely, which is fantastic. Although we forgot to do it getting back in the car here when it was about 1,500 degrees. But you do have that option. And then when it's freezing, you can also set the heat and the heated seats, which is super nice to have. You can also open the windows or close them if you need to. And if you somehow forget to lock the car, you can do that through the app. You can unlock it. All the important features like that can all be done through the app. There's no like distance requirement. It's all just through cellular connectivity both on your phone and in the car. So works everywhere. Oh, and you can even check the cameras from the car, which is cool. So you can see if somebody's creeping on your car, like I usually do to other people's interesting EVs. Number 3.
No gas.
No gas. Very nice right now. Super pricey for gas. I don't even know how expensive it is, to be honest with you. I just know it's expensive.
It was like, it's $4.49 as of this morning, and it was costing over $90 to fill the tank of my Enclave.
Yeah. So with this, $0. Don't have to stop for gas. And, you know, it's not only like the cost of it, which, you know, is definitely a big thing, but also just the convenience of not having to stop and get gas. Like, we have been driving this car like crazy. It's totally replaced the Buick as our family trip car. So we just used it to go to the beach. We'll be using it this entire weekend. And we don't have to worry about like stopping, paying through whatever BP app or whatever to save 3/4 of a 1,000th of a 100th of a percent.
That's exaggerating.
On gas. And we just plug it in at our house at night, and it's just like charging your phone. Like, you plug it in, it uses electricity. It's not a tremendous amount of it.
It hasn't been noticeable on the bill.
Yeah, we haven't. Yeah, exactly. Our electricity bill hasn't increased at all from this, and we've been charging this way more often than the past car, and it takes longer to charge and more electricity to charge because it's longer range. But it's completely unnoticeable, and we're saving a tremendous amount over having to fill up, and our time, which I think is even more valuable because we're busy people with things to do. Number 4.
Shit. Navigation, routing, and superchargers.
This is the one where I cheated because I had too much. I had more than 10 things. So I guess maybe it's.
But it's kind of all related. It's all interrelated.
It's all interconnected. It's all part of the great circle of life. Hakuna Matata. So the
I live with him all.
Software. So there's the app. Software is very good, but then the software in the car itself is even better. So you have this beautiful giant touchscreen which has Google Maps. We don't pay for the
traffic thingy.
The premium connectivity, which gives you like the red and yellow lines if there's traffic, but it still does route based off of traffic. So it took us sort of a back way to get here because I think there was an accident on the way. But like the biggest thing that it does that a lot of other EVs haven't figured out yet, which I can't get because like it seems like it should be such a base thing, is, you know, if I go put in, let's go to
I can't see it.
Denver.
Oh, okay.
Denver, Colorado, right? It's going to route me there, but look at that. It's going to tell me how many times to charge. And that's actually not even that many. Is that like 10 maybe? Which, considering that's, you know, most of the way across the country, that's pretty good. And so it'll tell me every single one to stop at.
For how long to stop
at. For exactly how long. Yeah, what state of charge I need to get to in order to leave. And it just makes it like totally brainless. I don't have to do any planning at all. Like, I could go drive, you know, to Denver, to the West Coast, to let's go to let's go to
Charleston.
Tierra del Fuego. You can all tell me how amazing my pronunciation is. Not in Buenos Aires, but okay, whatever. Good enough. All right, we're gonna. Oh, it won't let me do that. 5,000 miles.
Because there's borders and stuff.
That's disappointing. But
how about we just go home?
Okay. Well, I could do that. I could probably go to Mexico or something, and then continue that. So I don't have to like sit and get out my map and get the little thing that you roll on the map and all of that stuff just to figure out like where we need to stop and everything. It'll just handle it for me. Granted, I'll probably plan it myself anyway because I like to only stock up the V3 chargers. But you know, if it's your first EV and you don't want to have to do all of that stuff, you certainly don't. Whereas a lot of the other ones require much more planning, and you don't know what you're going to get. And with the Superchargers, I think honestly the biggest thing about those isn't just like how many there are, which of course is great, but look at it, Tesla. But it's also just like knowing that they're going to be available and operational and not all busted, which you don't know for all of the other charging networks out there. So just having that peace of mind and knowing that things are going to be there, massive differentiator for this. Number 5.
Acceleration and handling.
So yeah. So
acceleration and handling. You're welcome.
Thank you. So the driving dynamics overall. So I mean, every EV is going to be a little bit like this, like coming from a combustion car where you got to burn that dyno juice and it takes a while for it to kind of kick in. In here, it's just touch the pedal and boom, rocket ship. And this is not the performance. This is just your regular. Let's not do that on camera. Okay.
I'm gonna edit that part out.
Yeah, just put a little fuzziness here. So yeah, you immediately have that power available. How about we get too hot? No, we're good.
Low battery.
Too hot to handle.
Low battery. We're gonna have to charge before.
Okay. So you they have that power available, and it's fantastic for all these little day-to-day situations that you don't even think about. Merging onto the highway, squeezing in behind another car, passing someone who's going too slow on a 3-lane major parkway such as this one, where all 3 lanes are going the exact same speed. It's just super handy so often to be able to have that. And then the handling of the car also just phenomenal. For like a fairly big car, it feels super connected. I think the low center of gravity from the batteries helps with that. But just the way that it's all tuned, even though it's completely drive-by-wire, it just feels very connected to the road and handles much more like a sports car than a SUV. Number 5.
Number 6.
6.
Autopilot.
Autopilot, which I've been using pretty much this entire time.
Obviously, because you've been looking at the camera more than you've been looking at the road.
Wow. So, Autopilot, which is the Advanced Driver Assistance System, or ADAS. So you have multiple different levels in the Tesla. We've got the base one, which is what comes standard on the car, which is your standard autopilot. That basically just means it keeps you in your lane. It is not intended to completely replace you as a driver. I can't sit back here and watch a movie or read a book or something, but I've got to keep my hands on the road. And actually, recent software updates have made it so that this camera here is actually watching to make sure that my eyes are on the road. And you'll yell at me if not. So clearly, my eyes have been on the road and not on the phone. But it is a fantastic system. It really reduces the fatigue that you get from driving. Makes it much easier to deal with this kind of just pain in the butt driving, where it's not at all enjoyable and people are just weaving in and out all the time, and everybody's going the same speed and slows down the second you go uphill and speeds up the second you go downhill. It's also even nice in stop and go traffic, although I feel like one of the major changes that they made recently, which was removing radar, made it much worse, so that your following distance is much bigger now. And so in stop and go especially, it leaves way too much room here for the New York, New Jersey area. But 90% of the time it's still good. Oops. So I could not live without that.
Big bump.
Big bump. Number...
Nope, that concludes our things that we like about the Tesla.
Oh, I think you do. So that's all the things I love about it.
We should take a pause because we need to charge the phone.
And hydration pause. Get a drink of water.
We're back.
And we're back. The man can't keep us down. In this case, the man is Elon and all the people out there.
Elon, it's what's the new Apple dude?
No.
The charger. Yeah.
Who?
Yeah.
Oh, it's Johnny Ive and his bad use of batteries technology. Anyway, all right, we're back, and now here's where it gets real. Talk about the things that we hate, we cannot stand, we despise about this car.
That makes us as frustrated as our kids whining at us.
Ooh. I'm not sure I'd go that far, but maybe close.
All
right.
Screen?
The screen, okay. And the beeping thing. Okay, fine. Let's get into it. Time to get real. Number 7.
Number 1. On the things I dislike. Fine. Number 1 on the things I dislike, or number 7 on the overall top 10 list.
Cool.
You had a 1 here.
Do you want to tell me what it is?
Yeah, it's bugs that go unfixed.
Oh,
bugs that go unfixed.
Bugs that go unfixed. So, there are a bunch of software bugs that have existed for at least 3.5 years that we've had Teslas. Number 1, the driver profile situation. So we have 2 separate driver profiles in this car. One for me, one for this tall glass of water over here. And they are quite different. Mine is down here in the bottom so that I have a nice full 360-degree view of my surroundings and what is going on around me. Hers is sitting at the very top, perched like
on my throne.
On a throne, surveying the kingdom. And
as far up as possible so I don't hear your children.
And these are quite different situations for us. And yet, and while they are tied, I've checked this 100 times. They are tied to each of our phones, which is what we use as a key. And so what is supposed to happen is, whenever I come to the car and get in with my phone as a key, it should go to my profile. Whenever she gets in and goes to using her phone, should go to hers. And yet, 80 to 90% of the time, it does the exact opposite. It gets confused if both of us are coming to the car at the same time. I understand how Bluetooth works and the limitations of it. However, there are way more times where I come to this car by myself, she's not even in the same state, and it puts it in her profile, and my head is out the window. Unacceptable. Fix this. I'm sick of it. I don't know how to put it anymore clearly. My children get this and they complain about it. Fix it, Tesla. Thank you. Also, screen responsiveness, terrible in this car. I mean, actually, sorry, the responsiveness is fine, but it's like super buggy. You go to touch it, things, look, right now.
It's not working.
Right now.
Not happening yesterday.
Nothing happening. Do this one, nothing. Okay, fine, that one's working. But, that's not the point. The point is, you never know if it is gonna work. And
so as his head is out the sunroof,
roughly
he can't switch the profile.
Right, and then, yeah, exactly. My face is shoved up into the sunroof, and I'm trying to hit the screen and nothing is happening. Super frustrating. And then, last one, the response, or the over-aggressiveness of the driver assistance and the warnings. Okay, look.
It's not gonna do it.
Oh, this car. It's like alright, any others, I gotta wait for them to slow down and stop, which will be in the second that I stop talking, but it beeps at you, you're a mile and a half away from the car in front of you, and it's like, okay, we're at DEFCON 1, missiles incoming.
Bring it down.
I get worked up. Alright, well now we're gonna like actually drive here.
Well, yeah, because the traffic was only back there, it's good now. Alright, second thing we don't like.
1 second, it's gonna do it. It's gonna do it. It's gonna do it. It's gonna happen.
It's not.
It's gonna happen.
I just wish you would be safe instead of trying to prove a point.
Alright, well whatever. It beeps at you a lot and it's unacceptable.
Okay. Second thing that we dislike, or 8th overall,
Sure.
is no CarPlay or Android Auto, but in this family, no CarPlay.
Yeah, we both have iPhones, so it's mostly CarPlay, but it would be nice to have Android Auto too. In our Buick, you know, the pinnacle of advanced technology, we have CarPlay.
I love my Buick. Do not trash my Buick.
Buick.
That Buick has been nice to us. That Buick has been very nice to us.
Yes, that's the point, exactly. They have figured out how to put CarPlay in, and Tesla, because they're stubborn and need to prove that they can do software, will not put those things in. Guess what? People want those things. I want to be able to listen to my Audible. I want to be able to listen to my Apple Music, which I have chosen because I don't agree with the things that Spotify does. I have opinions. So I would like to be able to use those. I'd like to be able to use Waze in here so that I know where...
20 followers.
I would like to know where the cops are going to be, which on our drive down here was every 5 feet. And I would like to be able to use PlugShare so I can see where the non-Tesla chargers are. But I cannot do any of those things. Yeah, music is number one. It's just, Bluetooth is fine, but it is a pain. Like, you gotta mess with 10 things. I'm sitting in here for 5 minutes getting my music set up and everything, and then it starts playing like the one Harry Styles song that I don't love. I'm not saying it's a bad song, don't get me wrong. There's no bad Harry Styles songs.
I thought it was, you were just offended because Baby Shark comes on.
Well, no, I like Baby Shark. I like to do Baby Shark. So, please, bring that. There have been rumors of that, but there have been rumors for 4 years. Like, let's just make it happen. Not that hard. You got the big screen, you got plugs, make it work.
You have 11 things. Oh, I added the 11 things. Okay. Number 3 on things that we don't like, or number 9 on the overall list. It is lacking premium car features.
Oh yeah, for the price of this car is in the luxury/premium realm. Meaning it's up there with your BMWs, Mercedes, your Porsches, your Audis, and your Innies. I've been watching too much Severance. That's like Innies and Audis. Anyway, but like, and I get that they're going for minimalism in this car. I get that's like their big thing and how they kind of establish themselves. But you're lacking a lot of things that come with those cars. Massaging seats is
which our friends have in their ID4.
Yeah, which are in their
Volkswagen ID4.
Yeah, that
has
is
massaging seats.
That is fairly close to like half the price. Maybe not half. Two-thirds the price. This car doesn't have cooled seats, which are in a lot of other cars in this price range. It's got heated seats, which is nice. The Y does have a heated steering wheel, which is a nice addition, but our 3 didn't have that, and you know that was up there in price too. So like as they continue increasing prices, they're not adding more features and stuff for it, and so I just feel like it's not really competitive with like the luxury features that you get with all the more established brands, and they've got to do some of those things to remain competitive. I get they have the head start and everything, and they're not feeling that pressure right now, but it's coming. Like, get these things ready. Come on.
Okay. And number 10 overall, number 4 on the things that we don't like is, drumroll please, range estimate.
Oh, the range estimate, terrible. So here, I get like Tesla's the only one that uses the 5-cycle EPA range estimate thing, but also it sucks. Like it's wrong. It's a bad estimate. They tell you that it's going to be 300 and, do you remember, 5, I think, or our car tells us 305 when it's at 100%. And you are lucky to get maybe 280, 290 if you really stretch it. But like that's a fairly significant difference, and it makes it really hard to plan
things.
It's under
ideal driving conditions. It's
yeah.
like going exactly below 65.
You're going at exactly the speed limit, yes. Being probably behind another car, not being too hot, not being too cold.
Not using the air, not using the windshield wipers, not charging phones.
7 cameras.
7 cameras.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so it's just like you can't. It's a useless number. It does not tell you anything. I will say, like, this percentage that they tell you here, this has gotten quite a bit better, and I feel like it's pretty reliable now. This yeah, see, here we go. This charging one here. There we go. Does it crash into the car? You don't want to beat me for that car? This one is also gotten pretty good. But the main one that you're staring at all the time is fairly useless. So come on, like, just change this one to use the same calculation as this here, and I will have no complaints.
Okay. My bonus one? Do you want to know my bonus one now?
Oh, I've waited with bated breath.
And you're gonna, like, hate yourself for not remembering this one. Windshield wipers!
Oh, dear God. Windshield wipers and headlights. But windshield wipers are the worst one.
Headlights I don't notice as much. The windshield wipers.
Yeah, both completely useless.
The auto windshield wipers that when there is a speck of rain, they go 10,000 miles an hour so you can't see anything. And when there's a full-on downpour, they forget to go on. They just say, oh no, it's not raining. You can see through this torrential downpour. It's fine, driver. But yes, that was my addition to this.
Yeah, and headlights, same thing. Car's coming at you with its lights on, it's supposed to turn the high beams off. Nope. But if you're just driving around by yourself and it's pitch black and you want to know if a deer is about to jump in front of you, because they're fools, well, the answer is yes, but your lights will then shut back off because it happens to think that there's a car coming, making it less than useless. So, overall, love this car, but the head start that they've got on a lot of these things, that gives them a lot of leeway.
They've gotten lazy.
Yeah, it's got to get better. There are a lot of great competitors coming.
Tesla. You can't be complacent. The competition's coming for you.
Coming. It's right in the rear view mirror.
It's at you.
Oh no, that's a Ford Escape. But
it's coming.
It's coming.
It's coming. Get your act together, Tesla.
Yeah. So let's get these things fixed so that we can continue loving this car. And next time we're doing this, we don't have gasp 5 things that we don't like, or even 6.
There's probably a 6. We just didn't think of it yet.
All right. Well, with that, thanks for watching. A little bit different tone on this one. Hopefully a little bit quicker, although thanks. If you like this, please do hit that thumbs up button. Helps the channel. If you are interested,
subscribe.
If you're interested in this kind of content, whack the subscribe button to see them coming. And last but not least, don't be afraid to ring that bell so that you know the second that more videos drop.
What's the ring that bell?
Oh, that's to get notifications the second a new video drops.
Oh boy. And let them know if you like this cameo situation, because I'm not into this at all, so probably next one will just be him again.
Thanks so much for watching. Bye.